So, hi, Jess. Thank you for doing this for me and being on my little recording for my class.
You're welcome.
So, we're going to ask some middle adulthood questions.
Okay.
And my first one is, what age are you?
43.
43. So that puts you at the beginning of the middle adulthood period, like we talked about before, because it goes from 40 to 65. And do you guys have any hereditary heart problems, cancer, hypertension, diabetes?
Heart problems on my mom's side.
See, I have heart problems on my dad's side. So what do you do to address that?
Probably not enough. But exercise.
Yeah.
And I should eat more healthy.
You should eat more healthy?
Yeah.
See, I get my cholesterol checked.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I get all my blood work done all the time. Yeah.
And I go to the doctor for that. So far, so good. Since entering this stage of life, have you noticed any cognitive or intellectual decline in how you make decisions or remember things?
Yes, I do feel like I don't remember things near as well as I used to.
Me too. I make lists.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a big list person, too.
And I didn't do that in my 20s.
And if I don't write it down, I forget. If I don't put it on my calendar, I forget. So.
Do you find yourself like making your list and going, oh, I was supposed to make a list to like remember to do this, and it goes on the new list because I forgot where the old list was?
No, I haven't done that because everything's on my phone.
Oh.
So I just keep adding to that list on my phone.
Do you see? And I try to do it on my phone, but then I forget I put it on my phone because I'm older than you. So I go back to pen and paper, but then I lose my list and I find it later. So I have like 5 floating around. What are the visible signs of aging that you've noticed that are happening at this time in your life?
The visible signs, probably wrinkles.
Wrinkles
are starting to appear.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess just the physical characteristics of getting older too. But
do you think like your looks have changed? Like the face, your face structure and stuff?
I don't think so. I don't really think so, but maybe.
See, well, yeah. I've got wrinkles for one.
Yeah.
Skin elasticity. I've noticed that that's less for me, but like I said, I'm older than you. Grain.
Oh, yeah, grain.
But joints.
Oh, okay.
My just noticing like the injury, like we talked about before, like the injuries that I had when I was younger playing sports and stuff, they're coming back to haunt me.
Yeah.
And I know that you were...
And then you don't heal as well either.
You don't feel like
I don't
you
feel
as
like
fast.
I heal as fast, yeah. Or I should say I get hurt easier. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things too, especially like with riding horses and stuff like that. It's like there's a point where you're like that, the ground just looks like it's going to hurt.
Yeah. You know? It stops giving like it used to.
Yeah. How have your relationship changed with others since entering into this stage of life? Like with a spouse, significant other, parents, children, coworkers, and neighbors?
I would say I definitely set more firmer boundaries, and I'm more patient with people. I'm more forgiving with people.
Right.
Life is short.
Life is short.
So,
yeah, we had talked about that before too, about where I too like am more understanding, but less willing to. What we say, we were more selective in who
and who we allow into our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But not as judgmental.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, where are we going? Oh, what is your career at this time?
I am a real estate investor.
Okay, so are you comfortable and content with your career? Why or why not?
Yes, I love my career. It gives me a lot of flexibility, and I'm in a comfortable place financially.
Oh, I think we need to hear. I can't see you. Get closer together. Okay. Do you want to advance or change your career in the future? Why or why not?
I want to advance my career, or it's with the real estate, between the market and the economy and everything. It's constantly changing, and so just evolving. There's different ways to invest, and so I want to keep up with that.
So we had talked about before the difference because you're 43 and I'm 52, and I think that there's a difference because when I was 43, I really felt like we had said before, the same way you did, where I was more future building, and now at 52, I am Obviously, when they had talked about in the reading is about how middle adulthood is an age of like reevaluating and making assessments about what your goals are and where you're going to go. Part of doing this class is because I am changing career fields.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I think is the most different for me, and I'm hearing it from you, is that when I was 43, I was still present thinking, but I was future building as well.
Yeah.
And at 52, I think it's kind of reversed. I'm future building, but I tend to live more in the present, which is like a totally new experience for me because I tend to be a planner.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I tend to be a planner as well, but I do know that I am more flexible with my schedule and more spontaneous than maybe I used to be, more willing to move things around.
Yeah. I mean, before it was like, if you don't have on the agenda,
right.
You're on fire, sorry, tomorrow.
Yeah.
But now it's more like, oh, okay, well, I can shuffle my plans around.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it doesn't bug me as bad.
Yeah, no, definitely.
See, I've always seen you as being
that's
super
a sign
flexible.
Of maturity.
Is it? Or is it
I feel like it is.
Okay, we'll call it that. It's a sign of maturity as opposed to I don't care anymore.
All right, or that.
What lifestyle choices have a strong impact on your health status? Like exercise, diet, habits, etc. And if you could change your choices from the past, what lifestyle choices would you change? So that's a twofold question.
Okay, well, definitely like exercise and diet, which I need to be more active with. But also just like the mental side, I guess. I wish that I would have dealt with things, personal things earlier on in life instead of beating myself up for so many years over things from the past. So
not only are you being more forgiving and understanding and patient with other people, you're being that way with yourself now?
Yeah, definitely.
Doing a little introspection.
Yeah.
I think that, like, we had talked about earlier too, is when you're young, you think you're invincible. And you're so busy just going. I don't think you have time to think about some of those, how things are impacting you because you're just going.
Yeah.
And then as you get into middle adulthood, you're kind of like, wow, that hurt, or I needed to deal with that, or that person really affected me and I haven't paid attention to that.
Yeah.
And then the other part of it too is that you go and you think you're invincible physically as well. And then in middle adulthood, you're like, yeah, that, torn ACL that I never took care of, and it's still there.
Right.
So, all right. Last question. And thank you so much for doing this. I know that it's kind of weird to do stuff on YouTube and be videotaped. Do you predict you will have, or felt you will, because we talked about this question too, have experienced a midlife crisis, and how do their answers compare to the typical development of middle adulthood found in your resources? Please explain. We can do that. So you're going to have a midlife crisis?
I don't think so. I think that I haven't had one, and I don't think I will have one, just because I'm not afraid of change, I guess. Right. And when I do feel like I want to change, I do change it. So.
See, and I agree. Knowing your personality, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't think so.
See, I didn't think I was having a midlife crisis, but according to what I read, I kind of am, because I'm like reevaluating my career and I'm living more in the present, but I'm not having in a crisis mode. I'm not having the anxiety or the depression. Some of it too, though, is I am reflecting on, like you, stuff from my childhood in the past, and just being more aware of it and understanding and trying to work out some of that stuff. But it's not a crisis. I kind of see that more as we should all be doing that, at every stage of life. And I've entered into a new stage. I'm a grandma now, and I don't think if we don't do that self-evaluation, that self-reflection, that we grow as people.
Right.
So by the time we're 90, we are going to be the smartest people on the planet, aren't we? We're going to know everything.
Yeah.
But we'll only have 2 friends because we're so mad at everybody else. We'll be like, I don't have time for you.
Right.
But no, I don't see, with your personality, I don't see you doing that. I don't. Because you are flexible and you roll with the punches and you're open to change. And
yeah.
But You remember that I did talk to you about the that study that lots of people are not experiencing midlife crisis anymore?
Yeah. That's interesting.
Well, it kind of makes me wonder if it was just a myth anyway, and if it was just the
Right.
crazy guy with the red Corvette and the
Right.
20-year-old blonde girlfriend that just drew everybody's attention.
Right. Yeah, how many people actually had them? Yeah, because I don't, like, when I think about my grandparents, I don't think they had a midlife crisis, or even my mom.
I don't think my grandmother had time. I mean, she was like
Yeah.
raising people in the Depression and went through World War II. I think by the time she got to her middle age, that all just seemed kind of silly.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, makes sense that not everybody has them.
Yeah. But I don't think you will. Okay, so say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. And thank you very much.